Welcome to Sim UK. Today is our first ever Sim News update. This is new to the channel and I will be releasing regular Sim News updates from now on. I will discuss upcoming and new releases, draw attention to updates and DLC, and also share with you any little nuggets that I have discovered along the way. Some of you may have been expecting a new Let's Play series from me today, but as there are a lot of new titles being released in the coming hours, days and weeks, I have decided to wait until next week and instead keep you all up to date with the news in the simulation and realistic world of PC gaming. Episode 1 of Sim News has a strong flavour of pilots and pirates, so let's begin. In a little over 24 hours, you will be able to take a helicopter of your choosing, bail out and parachute down directly into an enemy stronghold and see who has the killer edge. Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Wildlands takes on an entirely new look and feel, utilising the open world technology which has brought us the Far Cry series since 2004. The game has been enhanced to include not only 3 additional UI team members which you can actively control, but has also opened up to allow 3 additional online players to join you in multiplayer. But that's not all. In the past week, Ubisoft have confirmed the following previously unseen features. 8-player tactical PvP. It's unclear if you will have the entire map to battle on or just be restricted to a single base camp, but still, this is a great inclusion for the title. Those who opt in for the Season Pass will also include 2 additional expansions. With the game's focus squarely on tactical combat, Wildlands looks to be a hot little number, and the inclusion of drones and sync shot really does add a little something to proceedings. The countdown has started, get your kit ready, I'll see you in the field. For almost as long as I can remember, train simulation has been in desperate need of a new and improved next-gen train simulation experience. Finally, it's within our grasp. On the 16th of March 2017, Train Sim World will finally be released and we can, for the first time, experience train simulation the way it was meant to be. Utilising all that the Unreal Engine has to offer, Train Sim World looks to be the real deal with photorealistic modelling and stunning ambient lighting, not to mention the surrounding landscapes and real-world data that's used to accurately replicate the performance, sounds and feel of real trains. The game is based in the American heavy cargo haulage stretch known as Sand Patch Grade, with access to 6 types of contemporary freight equipment and some of the most powerful locomotives available today. You too can experience what it's like to pull a mile-long intermodal stack train using the GE AC 4400CW, the EMD SD42 or the GP38-2 diesels. All of this combined with the interactive mechanics and moving parts, not to mention the freedom of movement usually only associated with open world gaming, is enough to get even the harshest of Dovetail Games critics just a little bit excited. If you ever dreamt of driving a train, then Train Sim World is going to feel like a coming home party. Often boasting to be the future of flight simulation, X-Plane 11 is due to be released anytime now. For those of us who bought into the game during beta, have already experienced all that is good and all that's not quite so good. Concerns aside, the general consensus is certainly heavily leaning towards a positive and exciting simulator. Laminar Research has completely redesigned the in-game UI from the ground up and the results are being hailed across the planet. There are reported enhancements to 3D cockpits and high-resolution exterior models for all aircraft, plus a new effects engine for lighting, sounds and explosions. Straight out of the box, airports will have life with pushback tugs and roaming fuel trucks available to service both yours and the AI planes. Plus, the default landscape is dramatically enhanced thanks to the European Autogen feature. Autogen uses data provided by OpenStreetMap to build scenery based on real-world features, instead of just randomly arranging static scenery tiles. Let's just hope they do something with the clouds in time for release. Airport Madness is a title that has been around for 6 iterations already, but each was basically the same old airport traffic control games that we've all seen 100 times before on mobile and PC alike. In 3D, however, this title has a totally new and completely engaging feel to it. The same level of difficulty is there, but now there is a level of immersion that wasn't present before. The game itself has not evolved quite as much as the graphics, and it's still a game which requires you to multitask and manage your timing and memory skills to the max. And that's not to say that it isn't good either, it's very good indeed. If it were given just a little more thought and polish, this mobile to PC port really could become the best air traffic control game for PC. As it stands though, if I were going to play a title like this, which occasionally I do, then this is probably the absolute cream of the crop, with much possibility for the future. There is also a free-to-play demo available, so why don't you jump on this title and see for yourself. Now this one really is rare. Coming soon from the developers Rare, Sea of Thieves is an incredibly beautiful and exciting looking action-adventure where the life of piracy awaits you in this massive open-world multiplayer platform on either PC or Xbox One. Cooperation is paramount in Sea of Thieves as you and your scurvy crew look to take the ocean waves and discover buried treasure, although you best be watching your back with friends like these. Other than buried treasure, you will discover crafting, sailing, player versus player, night and day cycles, and some of the most impressive water rendering that I have ever seen, with tools available in-game that allow you to generate and modify your own content. Sea of Thieves is an astounding declaration of independence. Rare appeared to be putting the user at the very centre of this title's evolution, inviting anyone and everyone with interest to join up to the Insider program. I'm looking forward to seeing this one in action. Anchors away, me hearties. Somewhere in the middle of the air traffic simulation spectrum is Sim Airport, a tycoon-styled simulation and management title. Released today, the 6th of March 2017 as early access, this is a game which resembles in many ways the extremely popular Prison Tycoon title. Except this time you'll be planning, building and managing an entire airport. Construct an airport from the ground up, hire your staff, choose airlines to work with, customise flight schedules and build out your infrastructure with baggage conveyor systems and luggage services, public access roads, fuel pipelines, runway upgrades and maintenance, aircraft navigation aids, hangars and service vehicles, and much, much more. This title looks to be as challenging as it does fun and entertaining. I'm already queuing up for this one. This is a title which I have loved from the start, and it just keeps getting better and better and better. Last week, Subnautica announced yet another major update, the Infected update, and as the title suggests, it introduces infection into the wild. Infection can be contracted by all the local wildlife and can potentially be a threat to your own character's well-being. Thankfully, the ever-considerate guys at Subnautica have included a self-scanner, so should you be unlucky enough to contract the unthinkable, you will at least be able to identify and confirm your fate worse than death. This is a title that matures like a fine wine and has more jumpy moments in it than a night at the flea circus. Come on and dive into the water, there's nothing to fear here. At the complete other end of the spectrum is the hardcore simulation experience that is Airport Master. Built by aviation enthusiasts, for aviation enthusiasts, this title has a long-term plan and a dedicated team who are fulfilling each step in an orderly fashion. You will be responsible for every aspect of your airport with a realistic and balanced economy system. You will be expected to manage contracts, timetables and scheduling, as well as air traffic control. The game will have a full weather engine taking into consideration cloud cover and visibility, temperature, wind, pressure and precipitation. According to the plan, Airport Master will have and adhere to an ICAO compliant ATC model. It will also have over 100 liveries and a career mode. With just a third of the entire plan completed, this title is not all singing and dancing just yet, but unlike many developers, LV Game Dev LLC have laid their entire plan out on the table for you to come and have a look at. This is a very detailed game about airport management and aviation in general. Includes real-world aircraft, procedures, IFR, VFR traffic, ATC, resources, upgrades and sounds. So, if you want to enjoy the ultimate airport management experience, then this is most definitely one to keep your eye on. And finally, just to wrap up this first ever episode, not due for release until the end of 2017 or perhaps even early 2018, Project Cars 2 looks to expand upon their already revered and impressive initial release, Project Cars. You would be forgiven for thinking that there's not really that much wrong with Project Cars, nor is there a great deal missing from it either. That is, until you hear what's going to be included with Project Cars 2. Bandai Namco has confirmed the following inclusions: incredibly realistic dynamic weather. The available weather conditions and unbelievable attention to detail relating to this area is astounding. You'll have access to fully modifiable seasonal weather conditions that can change from corner to corner and minute to minute. This will work seamlessly with the Live Track 3.0 introduction, which gives fully dynamic track conditions on almost every possible surface you can think of, including ice. There are more than 50 circuits which now use laser scanning and 3D modelling, and unlike its predecessor, Project Cars 2 will be available on PC, PS4 and Xbox One. There's over 170 cars available, including Porsche and Ferrari, and I believe this is now classed as the official title for IndyCar racing. I'm simply not going to allow myself to get too excited about this release because it's a long way off and there will be plenty of time for that later. My name's Mike, this is Sim UK, thank you so much for watching, take good care of yourselves, until next time, bye bye.